I'm Alex. My face is impossibly itchy today, and I can't think straight. These two things are not related. And welcome back to Day of the Day. We have 3 days today. Well, more like 2.5. Well, more like 2.25 actually. It'll make sense, especially if you've been paying attention and watching the whole series. So let's get into those days, shall we? We'll start with the weird one. And the weird one is one that we've had before. In fact, I think we've had at least twice before because it is quarterly. Apparently it's the third Thursday in each quarter, and I probably have mentioned that in the other ones, but it's worth repeating, especially if you're new. And if you are new, you can go watch the whole series after this, or you can stop here. You'll get back here eventually, so it's up to you, really. But yeah, it is Get to Know Your Customers Day. And as an audience, you are those people, so I'd love to hear about yourself, how you're doing during everything, and just in general, I suppose. Feel free to talk to me. There's a comment section down there. I'm sure there's plenty of ways you can contact me directly. I put my Twitter in the description. That is another pretty good way of getting a hold of me. And yeah, let's talk, let's chat. Like, what are things you want to see? Be it video-wise, be it other projects that I've mentioned throughout the series. Again, go watch the series. It's maybe you have an idea for the card game I'm writing. I would be open to your suggestion. I would love to be able to attribute to you when it comes to write the cards, but I haven't designed the cards yet. I have a design in mind. I could probably think of a place to put a name, actually, if that was a thing I was going to do. Yeah, let's say that's a thing I can do, because I think I can. Especially for, I can think of how that's going to work with the design I have in mind. So yeah, if you would want to do that, that's something you could talk to me about. I've mentioned the past couple of weeks, I think, about merch. Not directly video merch, just making apparel, because I have some designs in mind, and I don't know, maybe there's a design you've thought of but never seen anywhere, and you might want to talk to me about looking into one ever I actually look into that apparel store. And yeah, also to other projects I've got. Or again, if you just want to chat, I'd love to just chat or whatever. Like, it's get to know your customers, so let's have a chat, right? Like, I opened today's video being, pretty straight. That's been my day today. My focus is kind of all over the place, and yeah, it's been a couple of days since I shaved, but my neck and lower face and under the chin, that is rather red and quite itchy. And a little bit on the actual face as well, but mostly down here. So yeah, that is a problem I'm dealing with. I also, the neckline it doesn't help the neckline on this shirt does keep rolling itself up, which is a tad uncomfortable. Now for our actual days for today. National Corn Fritters Day, which looked fucking disgusting, because I was assuming it'd be something like a cornbread thing, or like a corn dog where you grind up the corn, right, and you make a batter, and sort of like you make chickpea batter as well for like the chorus and stuff. No, this is just like whole kernels of it looks like, because there's always that thing of there's always carrot in vomit, or there's always either carrot or sweet corn in vomit. It looks someone's taken vomit and breaded it, like dipped it in batter and then deep fried it. It's very unpleasant. I know that's not a very good image, but that's kind of the point. It looks awful. It'd be better if it was the sort of, you make a corn batter and then, make fritters out of that. That sounds nice. What they made only looks disgusting, but doesn't seem like it'd be nice either. And I like corn, so that's the thing. Very food heavy day for our last day today, which is National Personal Chef Day, which, yeah, I don't think I'll ever be in a position where I feel like I need a personal chef. But I'll like a the big like teppen, like, is it teppen, like the sort of Japanese showpiece style of cooking where they have the big hot plate and you all sit around it and you have then your personal chef for your group who cook. Like that is a situation where a personal chef is fine. But I like cooking. I don't know if you've noticed. I have done a few cooking videos this year for this series. And as far as those go, like, they've been, yeah, okay, they've not always been super consistent. But I really enjoy cooking, and I like doing the attempts thing. And it's why I say that's one of the things that will probably, like, outlive the day year. It's simply because I like cooking, and I like trying new things. And that's basically what that attempts series is it's me trying to do things. Like, I cheated with the pizza one a bit, like I didn't make my own dough. So I might revisit it actually making pizza dough. But that I'll do as one after this. And honestly, like, that's another thing you can message me about, or leave in the comments of this, because this will be a good hub point for it. Anything you'd want to see me doing attempts of, or any of the attempts that you want me to see, anyone that you want me to try and revisit. I'm already going to redo the soda cakes, partially because I have a video planned involving that. Just need people and stuff. But also because they do work. I have made them before and they have worked. I'm not going to bother doing the icing again because it's not worth it. But I have made just like the regular vanilla cakes with 7-Up and that worked. So I'm not quite sure what happened with the cherry chocolate Coke, whatever it was that I did on the attempt series. But I will do another one of those just to prove that it works. Because it does, like I said, I did a test run before it. Because I wanted to make sure the idea worked, because again, I was writing a whole video based around it. Which is the other reason you'll see the idea again. But yeah, any other suggestions for things you might want to see? Obviously, for the most part, I will be leaving it till, unless a day comes up for it, until next year. I'd like to say I'd leave it for a while, but I don't think I'm going to get, but that's mostly because I would like a bigger kitchen, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I will continue to make it in the relatively small space that we have for it, which isn't too bad, honestly. The biggest problem is getting the tripod in and getting it, like, getting angles good, because it is not a big corridor at all. And the fact that I described the kitchen as a corridor probably is telling, isn't it? Yes, that was today's video. Do join the flock, join the broken flock, and subscribe. Share this video, or any of the videos in the playlist, because I get no promotion elsewhere. So it would be very much appreciated. If you, like I said earlier, if you aren't caught up, why are you not caught up? Go catch yourself up. The link to the playlist is always at the end of the videos in the playlist. A reminder to embrace the chaos. This world is a bit nuts, a bit insane, bit mad, mate. Got a bit mad. Don't know what that voice was. It's a bit mad. Which, as I've mentioned before, is I have mixed feelings about, but honestly, I think mostly it's a good thing, and it has the benefit of the idea of going with the flow and not holding yourself back so much, which, as I've also mentioned, is advice that I'm not very good at taking. So take that as you will. And the final reminder that our goal is to change the world. More videos coming out of shitty police officers, including one that ends with they're filming and the police officer start basically they don't break in so much as they do, but they do, like, they force their way in by, like, they get the window rolled down and reach in and pull, like, with the guy trying to stop, and that's the only like, and other than that, they're completely, like, not resisting, but just like, I have done nothing, I'm just sitting here, why are you being aggressive, I'm just sitting here because they're filming it. And yeah, the cop's yelling, counts down, and before tackling the dude, points to the camera and goes, watch the show, folks, and that makes me sick. It's fucking disgusting. And just before I filmed this, I saw 2 random, I want to say officers, but no, like, more looking like military, in a normal unmarked vehicle coming up, grabbing a dude and basically just kidnapping them. And people are around asking what they're doing, and they have the right to know. You have to give them an answer. You're supposed to give them an answer. I've also just watched the John Oliver thing on facial recognition. Fun fact, I have a degree in computer science. No, this isn't taught in the degree, it was taught actually in the A-levels I did for computer science, because I've done computer science for a while. I've done at least 7 years of proper computer science. I have an idea what I'm talking about. But we did cover a good portion of the Data Protection Act. No one, government, police or otherwise, are allowed to unnecessarily hold on to personal information. That includes photos. Remember that. Might be useful information. Like, they've got these areas in the UK now where they're doing the zones, right? And one of the clips that was on that episode of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver was a guy who saw the sign and covered his face because he doesn't want thing. And he got stopped by cops, had his photo forcibly taken, and handed a fine because he didn't want his personal data stolen, effectively. Because that's what it is. An image of you is personal data, no matter who takes it. The law on the copyright of the image is down to who takes the image. But if you're in the image, it's still an image of you. And in that context, no one has the right to hold it, especially if it was taken against your will. So, it's a good piece of information. So if you're in that situation and you get stopped, you can tell the officers that that's against the Data Protection Act, because it is. Holding on, like, no, it's like if you're getting messages from a company you haven't used for years, you might want to tell them they're breaking the Data Protection Act because you're legally not allowed to hold on to information like that, like contact information and stuff, if you're not using it for a certain period of time. I think it's like a year or 2 years or something like that. Like I would double check the specifics because it's been a while since I studied this stuff. But yeah, people need to read up on the Data Protection Act because there's a lot of things in it that you'd be surprised people break all the time. Also, you know, broken tanking economy, that's another thing that came out today because I've been watching Russell Howard clips and he was talking about how impossible it is to buy a house, hence why I don't think I'm going to be getting a bigger kitchen anytime soon. Because our economy is flawed, because it's ever expanding. It's infinite inflation, which is basically doomed to fail. Which is great! It's great, let's have it collapse now so we can fix it, before it actually becomes a problem that we can't anymore. Not without a long pause of lack of economy, and that's anarchy I'd be interested in seeing, but I'd rather we just, you know, nip it in the butt and fix the problem. Anyway, before I ramble anymore, which I have seriously considered doing a series of just rambling on about the change the world stuff, because there is a lot of stuff to talk about, and I have a lot of thoughts on the matter, and I get heated about it. I often just take breaks from what I'm doing and talk to myself for periods of time on this sort of stuff, and I might start filming that and just upload it as a second series of just like like change the world chronicles or at everyone with the idea, like, or Alex's thoughts on things with the some of the names I had for the idea of doing that. But let me know as this is a actually, even if this wasn't a get to know you one, I am genuinely curious if you would be interested in seeing that. But I doubt people watch this far. Especially not at the moment, like as this is being recorded. But if you have, thank you very much for watching all this ramble. Do let me know, do get in touch, do contact me. I do genuinely want to know, and do genuinely welcome the any conversation you wish to have. And that's it. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Thanks for watching all the way to the end.